Hello, this is April Lee with Hope, Faith, and Thriving. I haven't made a video in a while on YouTube. My summers are busy with my kids. I have a preteen and a teenage boy, and I don't have a lot of time to just kind of sit around and think. And when I have some time to think, I like to share some things. So my kids are back in school, and it's been a really good summer. We had a lot of fun, a lot of free time, and it's been great. I did want to hop on here, and I'm folding laundry, so I'm taking you along in my day. My day started at 6 a.m. or 6 a.m.-ish. Got my kids to school, ran some errands, did some things I had to do, walked my dogs. I live in a very hot climate, so I walked them pretty early, so it wasn't so bad. It gets so bad here that my little dog literally cries if I take her out when it's too hot. So if that tells you anything. I did want to hop on here. I just wanted to basically say hi and that I'm going to be making more videos. I have a lot of interviews coming up with some different people. So there's some Instagrammers that I follow, and they follow me, and we kind of interact through Instagram. And there's a girl, she's a mom and a wife of 2 kids. She deals with endometriosis. She's been on quite a journey. She is working on trying to spread awareness, and also trying to work with like different companies and I guess like, I don't even know what you want to call it, groups and stuff that are trying to find better treatment, maybe like a cure one day. And so I'm going to be interviewing her and her experience, her life, and what she's going through, what's helped her, procedures she's had, things like that. And then there's another girl. She is an adorable person, and she has a YouTube channel. She's been sharing her life ever since she started college, and I think she says she's 27, maybe younger, but no, she's not 27. She's younger than that. She's 24, 25. And she deals with a lot of the stuff that I have. I think she has IBS, not IBS, excuse me. She has gastroparesis. She has fibromyalgia, and a bunch of other things. And she's in school, and I think she's going to be working part-time and all that. She lives at home with her parents. She's just really lovely, and I love following her page and her Instagram and her YouTube channel. So I'll be posting her. We're gonna have an interview and a chat, and then I'll share information so you can kind of like connect with her if you wanted to follow her. And this other woman, she's amazing. She's remarried. She's a Christian. She's in her 30s. She's a mom of a couple of children and married, and she dealt with abuse. And so she's going to be sharing her information and her story with me, and I'll be sharing that with you. And she's great. She does makeup and all kinds of cool things on these videos while she talks about forgiveness and healing and recovery and moving forward and positive things. So she's really, really awesome. So I'll be sharing her. And as far as myself, I mean, I started this whole YouTube because I was just walking around my house, and I just was praying, and I just felt like the Lord said, you know, sit down and start sharing your story. And I made one video, and then I just make them as I feel led to do so. Some of them will be, especially when I pray and he guides me to scripture and stuff, I do share those, and I want to do more of that. In the summer, I spend a lot of time with my kids and my dogs, and doing things in my house, and then play dates and hangouts and stuff like that. So my brain is like busy. And so I normally do not get a lot of creativity and ideas and stuff like that in the summer, because my mind is filled with other things. And if I do take notes, and I plan on doing them during the school year. And so that's why I'm back, and that's why I'm making more content. If there's anything that anyone wants me to speak about, I can do like a short video on whatever. I'm not an expert on anything. I do deal with a lot of health stuff. I mean, I hate keeping track, but I think there's at least 12 separate things that I have going on in my body at all times. And I've learned a lot. I'm still learning, but what helps and what doesn't, and what's worked and what hasn't, and all that. And I have a lot of experience with doctors and insurance, and just dealing with healthcare, and doing your research, and even dealing with pharmacies and things like that, and finding like copay cards to save you money. Many instances I've typed in my insurance, not my insurance, the name of something that I'm taking, and then I'll go and look for like a coupon code, or even like one of those savings cards, pharmacy savings cards. And most of the time I find help. So I was paying, I'm not on the medicine now, but I was on it for quite a while, and I needed to take it, and it was for my stomach, and it was very expensive. Without insurance, it's like some crazy amount of money, like I don't even know, like $600 a month or something like that. And so I was paying like $150 every 3 months for the medicine. And then I just Googled this thing. It took me about 5 minutes, and within 5 minutes I called the pharmacy with this code, and they said, okay, it's gonna be nothing, $0 every 3 months. So that's $150 4 times a year that I saved in that. I had to get, which helped me tremendously, is the Botox for migraines, which also helps I have these knots. It's just chronic. I don't know what to do about it, but I'm working on it. The Botox for migraines not only helps the migraines, but it helps the trigger point knots. Like I have chronic knots. There's in the trapezius, they're constantly there. I've done everything. Every doctor I go to, they cannot believe how tight. I did deep tissue therapy. I mean, I've done it all, everything. They've done the deep massage, everything. It softens it up a little bit, and 5 minutes later it's back. It's like chronically like that. It's possible that from my neck, like the issues in my neck, that it's contributing. The neurologist thinks it's mostly from fibromyalgia. The orthopedic thinks it's a combination of both, and a big part of it is from I guess like the nerves causing and working and causing the tension and chronic illness issue in that area. So I don't know. All I know is that when they put the Botox in the back of my head and in this spot, it eases it up, because it's bad. I've done 4 rounds of physical therapy. I've done everything you could ever do. I've been to multiple orthopedic doctors who have different, opinions, all types of doctors, soft tissue, muscular, skeletal, neurological, all of it. And tomorrow I'm actually going to see a neurosurgeon, trying to narrow down something about something else that might be working with it. But I will tell you that the Botox for migraines actually is helping these muscles tremendously, because the nerves and the muscles work together, and it causes me a lot of pain. A lot of pain. Like the pain is awful. I was using, on top of the Botox, in between when I get these breakthrough pain, I was having to do prescription muscle relaxers and other things, and anti-inflammatory lotions and creams and stuff like that, and TENS machine, and my physical therapy and the stretches. It just doesn't matter. It's awful. But I will tell you that getting the Botox in that area, it helps so much, because without it, the pain is so bad. I just have to like mentally try to cope, breathe through it. I mean, I can't do anything. I can't vacuum. I can't fold laundry. I can't do anything without it flaring up insane pain 4 days from one little stupid thing you do around your house. So it's bad. Anyway, that being said, it's expensive and insurance sometimes doesn't want to cover it. So if you go through the Botox savings program, and you can sign up for that, and it basically paid for all of it minus $200. Finally, insurance came through and covered it. But in order for me to get it where I don't have to get reimbursed for the difference that insurance covers, I use the copay savings card at the pharmacy. It's covered 100%. So when I need to go do a refill, I take the medicine to my doctor. He does what I need to do. It doesn't cost me $200 or $500 out of pocket waiting for that money to come back. It's covered 100%. So if anybody is out there and they're on a medication and it's a fortune, or they're having an issue, I'm not a professional, but I can help you a little bit with whatever advice I can. I'm not a doctor or any type of professional medical anything. I just deal with illness, and so I've learned a lot. There are other ways too. So if you're prescribed something and your doctor can't get it covered no matter what, and you really do need it, and it's a short-term medication, a lot of doctors' offices, whether they tell you or not, the pharmacy reps do bring a lot of samples. And so I had a really bad case of SIBO. If you are familiar with it, it's small intestinal bacteria overgrowth that causes a ton of symptoms. It can make you very sick. I was very ill for probably like 6 months with it. And finally they discovered I had it, and they wanted to treat me. And of course the medicine was going to cost $1,000 for one treatment, which will last 2 weeks. So that's $2,000 a month, which is insane. So the insurance wanted to start out with some other medications, which are ridiculous because they don't work. Sorry, hold on. Mia, come here. So they don't work as well. The Xifaxan, which is this prescription, goes in and it's supposed to kill only the bad bacteria and leave the good. As we all know, when you take a regular antibiotic, it eradicates everything. It just gets rid of all bacteria, and we need some good, some bad. But when you have the overgrowth, it's just too much, and it's got to be cut down. I also do other things, but there's certain supplements that the Mayo Clinic had me do, which I do when I feel a flare coming on, which is not often. It's like once a year, every year or two. And it works amazing, and I can avoid that medicine. But if you need Xifaxan and your doctor prescribed it, my doctor's office was awesome, and they are the ones that after I'm like, look, I can't afford $1,000 for 2 weeks. And even if I could, that's just like, it's just crazy to me to pay that kind of money. So I said, oh, well, we can just get you samples in the office. So they had many offices, and they were kind enough to gather a little bit from each one, and they gave me the doses I needed, and I was fine, and it cost me nothing. So that's an option too. Your health is important, and whether you can afford it or not, it doesn't mean that you don't deserve good health care. I pay for insurance. I pay a lot of money for it. I use the marketplace. So because no insurance will cover me, because I have a million previous health conditions, I go through the marketplace. It does save me money because it goes on based on what you make. It'll give you like a small discount, a couple $100 off a month. It's still in the hundred, and you're still talking close to $500 a month for the insurance. So, you know, I pay, and then I pay copay, and I pay towards the deductible, and I pay my taxes, and I do all that. So, I pay enough that if I need health care, I should be able to get some health care. So to be blessed with some samples of medication is not something I should feel guilty about. So, and neither should you. So anyway, I'm just going about my day, and I wanted to just hop on and say hi, and that if anybody has any questions or needs any help with anything, reach out through this in the comments, and I'll be glad to answer or guide you or whatever if I can with any help you might need. And I'm going to be posting some stuff in the future, especially more of, I call them interview chats or whatever with these people, because the more that we get the word out of what we're dealing with and living with daily, and sharing our support and our experience. I feel like we can support each other and hopefully, I mean, seriously, like find a cure for some of this stuff. And even my primary care doctor, who, you know, I went to Mayo Clinic, I was diagnosed with these conditions that you can't see. And he just kind of looked at me like, well, I knew they wouldn't find anything. I'm like, well, these are things and I feel them and I live with them. And, you know, I'm dealing with them. And it's been over a 3-year journey of just this, trying to like manage and cope and sort of like, oh, not get rid of it. If I can't get rid of what I have to learn how to overcome and get through it. And I've had to do that on my own. That's it. So I have, you know, God, obviously, like that's my everything and that's my rock and that's where I start and that's where I get like my clarity and I just feel like my direction and peace and all of that. But as far as dealing with medicine and natural supplements and treatments and ways of life and lifestyle and stuff to get better, like it's taken a lot. And thank God for the internet, because you're not, you know, supposed to Google your cure, right? But I've had to research, I mean, I can't even tell you, probably thousands of hours, I don't know, over like the past like 10 years since I've been trying to get better. I've gotten my LDN from the research there, going through YouTube. I've read so many medical articles and journals and things like that, and just people's life experience. And there's not a lot of people on YouTube. Like if you look up like fibromyalgia, my story, there's a couple of people, they made a few videos, but there is nothing like what I'm doing. And these other girls, I think there's only like 5 in the like, I don't know. I mean, I don't know if YouTube like has people all over the world, but 5 people sharing their testimony and support and life. It's not a lot, you know, and there are a lot of people dealing with these conditions. So we need more of you guys. So anyway, please spread the word. Please share my stuff and, you know, just share my any of the videos you want. Share my channel. Click and subscribe on it, because you know, I think I have 79 people on there right now, and I know like the things that I have are it's not like something that everyone deals with and has, but there are so many more people than you would even realize that deal with this stuff and are trying to find out what's wrong with them, or trying to get a diagnosis, or they just did and they're told like, I mean, you could get a diagnosis and be told, okay, go home and here's your medicine, it's going to help you and you're great. And other people can do yoga and eat, you know, carrots and they're fine. And then you got people like me that have to do like a 12-step process, pacing, specialized medicine that they had to find on their own, supplements, treatments, therapy in every kind of way. And, you know, have to really try to like control their day so that they are not stuck in bed. There's different levels, you know, and it's crazy. So getting our stories out is very important for the medical community. It's very important for the people who are helped taking care of and living and also dealing with their family members or spouses or whatever that deal with this stuff, because, you know, most of us do not look any different. I've looked the same, mine is getting older. And I had my daughter 11, you know, obviously over 11 years ago, she's 11 and a half, but like after she was born, and I had a child before that, and I've dealt with other things, everything just started like one symptom after the next, and it was like an 8-year process of slowly developing into whatever fibromyalgia is. You know, some people think it's just a syndrome, or it is a thing, or it's just a term or whatever, but I have it, whatever. You can call it whatever you want to call it. I'm trying to get to the source of it. There's probably 50 different ones. I've been through a million different scenarios with doctors and myself and whatever, and I feel like I am getting closer to what the source could be. But you know, we're all different. So getting this out there will support the caregiver. If there is a caregiver, it'll support family members. It'll support people who are dealing with it. If they're coming up with into the illness and they're going online and they're looking for someone to relate to, or like, wow, like I've been told I have this. And you know, when you're told you have fibromyalgia and chronic fatigue syndrome and you go to look up what it is, like it could be anything from like totally bedbound to almost dying to a whole other level of living and thriving-ish, which is usually not the case. So for someone to be able to go on YouTube and be like, what is this? And then you find someone that's my story, my this, my that, like they can get information, they can get ahead, and they can get help that, you know, took me 10 years to figure out on my own. And then I come across a couple of YouTubers that deal with what I have. And even if all you do is feel like understood and like related to something, or you can watch some of the videos and you're like, wow, I have that symptom, I have this symptom, I have that. Maybe I don't have what she has, it's something like it, or I do, and this is what I need too. It's very important to get the information out. So if you could share, that would be awesome. And I'm gonna end this because we're at 20 minutes now. So hope everybody's having a good day, and I will catch up with you later. Bye.